Following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys! This is Cowboys StoryLine with Nick Eatman.
What is up? Welcome to Cowboys StoryLine. It is Thursday, December the 5th. Had to check on that, make sure. We're just kind of rolling along here in December. First few days of December. Before we know it, it'll be Christmas. And by then, what will the Cowboys record be? Will they still be in the hunt? I think we're going to find out Monday night. I really do. I think Monday is kind of that fork in the road sort of for the season. It doesn't mean they'll stop playing hard. Doesn't mean that they won't try to win, games against the Panthers and the Bucks and all that. Those are winnable games for sure. But I think we'll find out exactly where things are just by how they go out and play this game and getting more guys healthy. It should be interested to see about Trayvon Diggs, what he does this week. I'd like to see Trayvon Diggs and Deron Bland play at the same time. I know my man Lester in Minnesota always says, until we get an offensive and defensive line at the same time, how about Bland and Diggs at the same time with Jordan Lewis? Hadn't seen it all year long. Would be awesome to do that. All right, 888-855-2297 is our number to call. A couple of people are already on the line, so let's get right to it here. Anthony in Miami. Anthony, are you going to be yelling today?
No, we're going to keep it. Today we're going with this voice today. We're going to leave Barry. We left him at home.
Left Barry Switzer.
Barry Switzer, Super Bowl winning coach. We just going to talk about players. First, I caught up on my shows. I'm always no more than two shows behind, maybe. You and hanging, of course, on my shows. So, guys, I tell everybody, I'm not trying to put myself out there. But when it comes to support of other callers, when it comes to support of the shows, I'm up there. You know what I'm saying? If not at the lead dog, I'm up there. And I'm always going to do that. So
are you lobbying for your spot on the All StoryLine team?
No, I'm already second storyline, Nick, in half a season. You know what I'm saying? I made second story. That's an accomplishment. Now, do I think I'm supposed to be first team with the positivity and innovation and
the singing?
Singing.
Yeah.
But no, I'm a support guy. It's what it is. And people may go, well, Anthony calls. But I get my, Zach, he said what he said the other day, and I appreciate that. And I've got it before, and I got that. I told you I don't sell hopium. I sell belief. And just belief and positivity. I got stacks of that at the house, so I'm not going to sell it. I'm giving it away. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with you guys, the Cowboy fans, the callers. Sometimes just go in a positive way. We don't always have to, it's a dim light. We are a great organization and a good team. We just had some bad luck this year, and you're supposed to feel the way you feel.
Okay.
So today is just hitting them out fast, baby. And, let's talk about the team. Okay, in the beginning of the year, there are things we say, and hopefully, maybe you remember them. I talked about, me and you agreed on, I could say this, the youth movement. And I call that, I said, what are people saying about a youth movement? Let's tank so we can see the young people. The young players are 60% of this team. They've been playing. And I gave you 4 pet cats. I don't know if you remember that. I told you Rico Dowdle, Jalen Tolbert, Jawanye Thomas, and Israel McCormick with Nealon. I added Nealon in late. Those guys have been contributing to the team, so I'm happy. And like some of the callers say, I love when Rico runs that thing like that, man. Of course we need a complimentary back, maybe even a better back we draft. But you got to give this guy a chance. This guy's balling, and the coach just can't take the ball out of his hand. You go down there and first and goal, first and 10 at the 11, and 3 straight passes. That's what started. I think that was in the second quarter. You can't do that when the guy's running all over people and say you're going to run the ball. So let's give those guys credit. Last but not least, my score. I got to give him a scoring prediction. But let's talk about Michael. 1 second. Another thing we agreed on. I said Michael's becoming my second favorite player on the team after that. The man does show leadership. The man is an anomaly. And people to say trade him for what? You may not get nothing. You got a 3-year, 3-time Pro Bowl All-Pro player. It don't get no better than that. That wreaks havoc, that doesn't have the help that he needs at the defensive tackle, because all great ends, pass rushing ends, have those tackles that push that pocket and command those double teams. You know what I'm saying? And he doesn't have that. And he always does it for the other guys. They always get to eat because of what he does. So let's cancel that talk. That talk should be over. Now, Cincinnati, I'm going with the same score, 29-26. Let's go with that because now that's a score that probably will happen. Keep Burrow in the pocket. If he kills us from the pocket, he's the third best quarterback in the league, in my opinion. Okay. But don't let him escape when you got him. And then, when it was 3rd and 15 and he gets the first down, especially if he runs it like the guy just ran through Lock. Let's not let that happen, fellas. We do that, keep our consistency on defense, and offense just give us something, man. Special teams give us something. It'll be 29-26. Go Cowboys,
right.
Nick. Ain't nothing going to change.
Thanks,
Ain't
Anthony.
nothing going to change.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right, bro.
I don't even know where to go with all that. You say that about most quarterbacks that they have faced this year. Keep them in the pocket, make them throw. Well, that doesn't always help you with Joe Burrow, does it? I mean, that's where he really wants to be. I mean, he's comfortable there. He can throw it all over the yard, and he's not trying to go run and slide and do all that. But you got to get him down. And you have to pressure him and maybe get him backing up a little bit, make him as uncomfortable as possible. It's just without a doubt the toughest quarterback that they'll face all year. As far as throwing the ball, I think Lamar Jackson is unbelievable, and he's he would be a guy that I would put up there. I always put him a little bit higher than I think most people do as far as great quarterbacks go and just how dangerous they are. But as far as just standing in the pocket and throwing and making throws, you're not going to face one this year tougher than Joe Burrow, who you could argue that he does that better than Mahomes. As far as just pure passer, you could argue that, I think. But He's great. He'll be the best one that they face this year, and don't know what their mindset is like, but I know they put up points. They should give some up as well. All right, let's go to Carolina in somewhere in the USA. Carolina, what's up, man?
Riverside, California. That's where I'm at today, my friend.
I don't even like writing that down because when I get it sent to me and then you get put on hold for a little while, who knows? You could be in Nevada by now. I don't know which way you're going, but
I'm going through the desert, so
I'm gonna call you Carolina, USA. 'Cause that's what it is, man. We know where you're from because that's your name, Carolina.
Yeah.
But it's Carolina, USA. On the road, man. I love it.
Look, shout out to you and Randy for this one.
Love it.
That's for my boy Randy in Texarkana.
I
got first question for you, man.
Okay.
Now, for the past couple weeks, you've been saying, I don't know how I feel about this. I don't feel great about this game. How do you feel about this game?
I'm not. It's winnable. It's winnable because the Bengals can get beat. They show you that they get beat, but it's going to push the Cowboys offense to a level that they haven't been to all year long, that they're going to have to score some points in this game. And we'll see if they're up for the challenge. They've had 11 days to rest.
Okay, I'll take that.
It's uphill, but it's definitely not as daunting as I think some people are making it out to be. I think if they go out and play well, I think they can win.
I just want to keep the pattern up. I just need you to feel not certain because last 2 times you wasn't certain, we won.
I'm not certain about anything. I'm not certain about anything right now except for Dak is not going to play the rest of the year. That's all I really know about. Other than that, I can't tell you anything, what could happen, what might happen. When I think Aubrey is going to make every kick, then he has some blocked. When I think Deron Bland is going to play, then he doesn't. I don't know. I'm sorry.
It's a cabago. It's a whole cabago. I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
I got a couple things for you today. I need a story about my guy, DeMarco Murray. Something nobody's heard that you may know. Something good and juicy. All right? And next, I usually give my score on Friday, but just in case I oversleep, I'm going to change the score this week since you said I keep saying the same score. So to this week, I'm going to go We're going to hold them to 21 points, and we're going to score 28. No, 20. Yeah, 28. We're going to do 28. 28, 21.
All right.
That's it.
All right.
All right.
Sounds
you
good.
have a good day. And I hope
DeMarco
you enjoy
Murray.
your weekend, man.
All right. Sounds good. You too, man. Be safe on the road.
Wait, hold on. I'm about to hit you with you said to Anthony. Yes, I'm pushing for that storyline. I don't know what team I'm gonna be on, but hopefully I'll make it.
You're getting there. Carolina. You're moving on up. All right. Thanks, man. Thanks for the call. Yep. I'm going to make a little change this year. I think last year I did 8 spots. I don't even know why. I don't know why there's nothing with 8. So I'm going to switch it to 11 since it's what we're doing here. It's a football team. Is first team would be 11, and then second team, third team maybe. So that's 33 spots. Maybe a little bit more for some honorable mentions or whatever. But that's what I'm looking at right now. Still working on the T-shirts. Trying to see how that's gonna go. You'll find out real quick who pays for that just by how nice and soft they are, and if they're not, if they're not, then you know where that came from. A DeMarco Murray story. My favorite DeMarco Murray story is the one. I think I put this in the book, If These Walls Could Talk, but. That's one that I can tell in the air. I like it. It's from one of our scouts, longtime scouts, Chris Hall, who was in the war room and he was standing on the table for DeMarco Murray and they had done all the homework. Here they are, third round for the draft. This is 2011, and it's time to take DeMarco Murray. This is the guy that they've want. They like him. And then at the last second, now they're starting to talk about another running back. I think it's Stephen Ridley from LSU. And now they're like, well, maybe we should take Ridley. And so some of the scouts are getting frustrated because, they do all the work. They do all the work, all the homework, all the calls, everything. They make the grades. They put it on the board. It's here. It's time. Why are we backtracking here? So they called Barry Switzer. Not the real Barry Switzer, not the one with Anthony. They called Barry up, because he's an Oklahoma guy. I mean, he gives them, some support, but it was like, what are we doing? We know what we're doing. And it's last second. They're on the clock now. And apparently Jason Garrett was kind of, waffling a little bit. And he was like, I don't know. And then he goes, Chris is like, what are we doing? And Garrett says, all right, Chris. It's 4th and 1, last game of the season. We're in the Meadowlands playing the Giants. Last game of the season. 4th and 1, we give the ball to DeMarco Murray. Does he score? And Chris Hall stands up. They had just drafted Tyron Smith first round, and he said, you run him behind this big number 77 that we just have, and he'll score every day of the week. And they're like, all right, turn in the card. And so they turn in the card, and, the rest is history. But later that year, he went for 253 against the Rams rookie year. And I think Jason Garrett gave the game ball to Chris Hall, just because he remembered. He was just like, hey, I remember how you stand on the table for him. And here he is setting rookie records here, 253 rushing yards in the game. So a little long of a story, but that's one that I love about DeMarco Murray. All right, let's go to Jeremy in D.C.
Hey, yo, Nick.
What's up, bud?
How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing all right, man. You didn't have to hurt nobody today, did you?
No, I don't hurt anybody. I couldn't hurt anybody if I tried. What's up, bud?
I got to make sure, man. Hey, man, so a couple of things. I like how Brock Hoffman been playing, man. I might have to change his name to Brock Lesnar.
I hope people get that reference. I mean, they should. He's done everything, right? Wrestling, UFC. You should know him. I bet Brock Hoffman. I bet he thinks, and he might be able to. I bet he thinks he could take Brock Lesnar. He probably could. I don't know.
He probably could.
Do y'all see?
Get one of them F5s on him or something.
Yeah.
I would know.
Yeah.
And I like how him and Cooper Beebe was double teaming Dexter Lawrence, man. They look like the Dudley boys putting them to a table out there.
Yeah. I saw that. Did you see that clip, that Brian Baldinger's clip? I don't know if you see that. I think it's called Baldy's Takes or whatever. He did like 15 plays for Brock Hoffman. Really just zeroed in on him, and they were impressive. He was very impressed by Hoffman. So, anyways, I'm sure he's getting some love there.
Yeah, man, and I'm a fan, and I like what Marvin Smith is doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I made a bet with myself. If Marvin Smith can get like 5 sacks with like 20 tackles or something, I'll buy 2 Marvin Smith jerseys.
Oh.
You know, yeah, that's the deal I made to myself because I really think we need, you know, help in that interior, and I want to give him all the confidence he needs. You know what I'm saying?
Well, are we getting like home and away jerseys? Are we just gonna have two white jerseys, or what are we doing here?
I'll probably get like one of the white color rush jerseys, and then I'll probably get like one of the beat 'em up blues. That's what Heckma Harrison calls them, the beat 'em up blues. Because I got the Emmitt Smith. I got like 3 Emmitt Smith jerseys. You know that's my guy.
Yeah.
So I got like 3 of those. You know what I'm saying?
You would be the only person in the world that would have 3 Emmitt Smiths and 2 Mozzie Smiths jerseys. Is your last name Smith? I mean, I'm not to reveal that, but I mean, you know, is that just coincidence?
What's that?
Your last name isn't Smith, is it?
My dad's last name is Smith.
Okay. All right. There we go. Yeah. Emmitt Smith, Mozzie Smith. You need a Kevin Smith.
Mm-hmm. And
Jimmy Smith. All right. What do you got? You got anything else? We're just kind of jacking around here. What do you got?
Yeah. I did have a question, but I kind of forgot. So I'll just get to my little. I got a little trivia game that I wanted to start with you when I call. And basically, what I want to do is I want to throw out a number to you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say a player with that number, and then I want you to see if you can think of another player with that number, and then tell us a story about him.
Okay.
So I'm going to start off with your favorite player in number 28, Woody.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
All right. And I'll see you next time.
All right, man. See you later.
All right, thanks, man.
See you, bud. Well, I mean, there's only 128. I mean, there's been others, but Woody's the guy. Felix Jones wore 28, and you know, I mean, that was a good draft pick. You know, he was the second running back. I mean, he wasn't the guy that I think that they wanted all along, but with Marion Barber and they took Felix Jones. But you know, it was, as an Arkansas guy, you know, I was always excited about, you know, finally taking a guy like that. And everyone thought, well, Jerry Jones, he's Arkansas, of course you're going to take Felix. You know, Felix, that was his 20th draft for Jerry Jones because he came in 1999 or 89, and that was 2008. So it was like the 20th draft. It was the first player that it was ever picked by Jerry Jones from Arkansas. Lot of talk about other guys, and they did. They grabbed some Clint Sterners and Anthony Lucas of the world and all that kind of stuff, but you know, from other teams, and gave them some shots. But as far as drafting and actually taking a draft pick, first player ever taken from Arkansas, not in his first 3 games, he was, you know, scoring big long runs and all that. So he was a dynamic player, but you know, it was a tough situation just with Barber leaving, and you know, kind of drafting a complimentary player in the first round. But they needed some juice. They needed a playmaker. And, you know, he was showing that before he got hurt that first year. It never really panned out. But he was an exciting player. Definitely an exciting player to watch at Arkansas, and exciting there. So 28, that was your number. Darren Woodson's always going to be the guy there. But you wanted another guy, another story. I mean, let's go with Felix Jones for sure. Let's go Chris in San Angelo next.
Hey, Mr. Nick. Hope you're doing well today, bud.
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. I found out that I missed you on the Spaces last night.
Oh, yeah.
by about an hour, so that's a bummer, man, but maybe next time. I always get there late.
Oh, yeah. Well, I showed up. Yeah, I was there for about 45 minutes on the Twitter StoryLine Spaces, and it was fun, you know, and it was different, too. Like I could see from the last time I was on, I could tell that, you know, they've kind of, Twitter has or X, whatever, has kind of enhanced it a little bit, and it was cool the way the whole thing was set up. So,
yeah,
it was good stuff.
It even confuses me. So there you go.
No, it was good. What do you got, man?
Okay, yeah. I have a question, and let's see. I'm just going to make a statement about this game coming up. First of all, I was wondering about Dak with he's been kind of injury prone a little lately. Do you think that makes it conducive for the Cowboys to try to get a running back in the draft early, or do you think it'd be another position to help him out? Because since he's probably doesn't seem like he's gonna could lose a little mobility, but I hope not. But that could be the case.
Yeah,
and
go ahead.
Okay, no, I was going to do that, and then my pick, I was going to make a prediction that Bland gets in the stats with a pick six this week, and the Cowboys win 30-28.
Nice. That would be a fun game.
That's what I'm trying to make it sound like.
All right, Chris. Well, thanks for the call. Appreciate that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
hey, good to talk to you again,
you
man.
too.
It's been a while.
All right. Well, thanks for chiming in. The Dak part, as far as what will help him, that just has to be a decision that they make as far as what do they need to fix the running game. That's the decision I think that they need to figure out. And do they need to get more players in here to block? They need better guards, better center, better tackle, a new O-line coach, a new running back, all of the above. I mean, those are the questions that have to be answered. So, because I think all of that will help Dak as the quarterback. You have a running game that you can rely on, and I see some of these other guys, other players, and look at Joe Mixon. I look at the Cook from Buffalo. I mean, good solid backs can get 5, can get 6, 7, get 12. They can get 54 if you need to, and that's been missing. That's been missing since they had Tony Pollard. But they wouldn't hurt to have a running back that can also help the drive by taking it to the house. And so that's something I think that would be dynamic too. So however you want to slice it, fix the running game. And that might be a couple of draft picks and maybe a free agent signing as well. And I'm not ruling out Rico. I'm just saying they've got to figure that out. I think Rico's a solid number 2. I think he would be a good rotational back. I still think you could use somebody else with a little bit more juice. But one way or another, all of that I think will help Dak. All right, let's go to break here real quick on the storyline. Come right back and answer more questions and calls.
Cowboys fans, when it comes to navigating the ever-changing world of tax, your business needs a partner it can trust to tackle even your biggest tax challenges. Ryan is the largest firm in the world dedicated exclusively to business taxes. Our team of tax professionals has local expertise in all areas of tax and can help you uncover savings opportunities you didn't know you had. Learn more about how Ryan can improve your overall corporate tax performance by visiting Ryan.com. Ryan, the official tax partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey y'all, Matt Pittman of Meat Church here. With football season kicking off, I'm already gearing up to bring the smoker back to AT&T Stadium for some epic tailgates. But with that Texas heat, it's crucial to keep my beer hand cramping cold. That's where Yeti's insulated Colster can cooler comes in clutch. This year, you can even get them with the iconic star engraved on the side. Licensed Yeti Cowboys gear is now available at Stadium Pro Shops, concessions, and on Yeti.com. Check it out today. Yeti, official cooler and drinkware of the Dallas Cowboys.
We got big personalities. We got big hair, big belt buckles. We got fans all across this big state and enemies in every other one. We even got a big star on the 50-yard line. Smirnoff knows football is a we thing, an experience that is best enjoyed together. With good drinks and good folks home or away, we rally together. We cry together. And we always rally cry together because, most of all, we got big love for them boys. Smirnoff, we do game days. Please drink responsibly.
Back to Cowboys Storyline.
Cowboys Christmas Extravaganza, powered by Reliant, is back at the Star in Frisco. Join us every Friday and Saturday through December 21st for a spectacular holiday show. The show is free. For details, visit thestardistrict.com. Don't miss out on the holiday magic. All right, back here on Cowboys Storyline, 888-855-2297. Kind of going slow here today. I got 4 callers in halfway through the show. Got to pick up the pace a little bit. How about Lester from Minnesota? Lester, what's up?
Hey, Nick, how you doing,
Good.
man?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Question for you. What's our offensive line looking like? Is the president coming back this week? And also, is Diggs coming back this week? Or what are you hearing?
We saw practice yesterday, and they were both out there for a little bit from what we were able to see. There was no injury report because of the way the schedule is. That's technically doesn't start. The week of practice doesn't start until Thursday because if it's a Monday night game, so they didn't have to do an injury report. But I have a feeling, based off what I saw, I have a feeling Diggs is going to come back. I think Diggs would play, and I'm getting a good feeling about Martin coming back as well. So that's what I think.
Okay.
As far as the O-line goes, not sure about Guyton. Edoga might actually start there at left tackle still. So, but
all right. Well, I think we should just keep running that ball, keep that high-powered 4 and 8 offense off the field of Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And also, I really think our defense can hold them, especially if Diggs coming back.
Yeah.
My score of the game this week would be 23-21 Cowboys. I think 2 touchdowns and 3 field goals, and we hold them to 21 points. I think you guys were talking about favorite players earlier, and if you were or weren't, I'd still give you mine. Roger Staubach and Michael Irvin.
Okay.
And as I always say, until we get a good to very good offensive and defensive line, this is what we got, Cowboy fans.
All right.
Go Cowboys.
All right. Keep it consistent, Lester, all the way. Pretty good favorite players there. Roger Staubach, Michael Irvin. A little bit different personalities, but both outstanding players. And I would think you would just about every top 10 list you've ever seen that has the Cowboys, top Cowboy players. I think Michael Irvin is usually on there in the top 10 because, just what he meant to those teams. He was the heart and soul of those teams. And then Staubach, you can argue there is he 1 or 2. With him or Emmett, that usually comes down to how old you are and how much you've seen, how much Cowboys, games that you saw. But either way, I think it's a pretty good 1, 2. And Bob Lilly right there, 1, 2, 3, if you want to go that route. All right, let's go to Robbie in Cocoa Beach, Florida. Robbie, what's up?
What's up, Nick? How's your day going? Happy Thursday.
It's going good. Robbie, I don't think, and I could be wrong here, but I don't think anyone's ever called the show every day of the week. Like, I don't know if
Is it bad? Should I not call? I'll take time off.
Okay.
I want to make sure I make that all storylines team, man.
Well, okay, Robbie. I mean, if you were played football, you'd be definitely a defensive player. I mean, I wasn't bad. I was just saying. I was actually about to applaud you, but you were like, "What is that bad? What I do?" I mean, dang.
No, I didn't mean it like that. I just meant like
no,
because I'd like to see other people get their voice into it, man.
No, man, it's good. You do you. I was applauding you for the fact that I don't think anyone's the consistency. What I'm talking about, consistent.
Hey, man,
chill out.
That's what we need on our team more, too, man. That's
True.
what I said the other day about coaching. That's why I think we bring Mike back. We need consistency, continuity. You stay the course sometimes. I mean, I haven't felt that way about Garrett except till at the end. But I like Jason Garrett. So I have a non-football related Cowboys question.
Okay.
And it's about you guys, you, Derek, the staff, the medical staff. Everybody that's not a football player. You guys get free lunches and medical care at the facility. Like if you hurt your knee, do you get to go to the training staff?
That's 2 different questions.
Say that again. If you hurt your knee,
you guys, if you get hurt,
free lunch is the first question.
Gets hurt. free lunch was the first question.
Yeah,
You guys
yeah.
have to pay for lunch?
It's called the training table. It's yep. It's it is. It's a great perk. It's a great perk. It's a
That's awesome. Yeah,
cafeteria.
that is
It
good,
really
yeah.
is. It was a
I
great
was
perk.
a chef for years, so. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, it's awesome. It's really good, and not only that, not only is the food good. I mean, it's what that they serve the players and all that. Not only that, but it's a place where you get a chance to see other people around the building. Everyone's working. You see people there. Maybe have lunch with different people. So it's pretty good. I mean, everybody but Chris. Chris doesn't get to do that because he's doing 7 shows here. So he might run in real quick, grab something.
7
to eat.
shows and then 24 hours a day of other stuff to get ready for the shows.
Sure.
We know Beam's the hardest working guy there. And everybody knows he needs a raise. We got your back, Beam.
He just got one.
Did he? Good for you, Chris.
No, I don't.
Yay!
I don't know. I don't know. All right.
And the second part about training staff. You guys.
That's kind of touchy. Like okay, especially of all seasons. Like, how busy are the athletic trainers and team doctors? Yes. They're very busy. You don't go and bother them with things. But if something were to happen, they're there. They can help and they can maybe say, they can give some advice. I would go here and there. But I mean, it also depends on how well you know those guys and all that. But no, we're not sending someone down there just like, it's not the school nurse, okay? It's not like that where they're there.
I was just wondering, man.
No.
I just wondered the inside.
No, it's not that way. But I mean, if you see someone, you can ask a question. Yeah, I've done that. I've had when I hurt my calf, I saw Jim Maurer and I said, hey, I go, can you look at this real quick? And he said, yeah, you need to go to the hospital like now. Yeah. So
good,
I mean,
good.
so yeah, they can offer some advice like that for sure.
Nick gets his ankle taped every morning. Yep, goes down there, gets his ankle taped. I'm joking.
That's funny, man.
Yeah.
See, that's stuff that we don't know as outsiders. We don't know what not just the perks, but
yeah,
I'm sure you get to talk to the players a lot more off the record than you do on the record too, and that's kind of neat.
Yeah, but it's usually like at the training table, it's like, hey, go ahead. You can go ahead. You're a player. You cut in front. And he's like, no, I'm good. I'm good. Don't worry about it. So I'm like, oh, cool. It's something like that.
That's
I mean, it's not a lot. Like, oh, are you gonna get the chicken? Oh yeah, looks good.
I like your story yesterday about Terrence Newman and him and Beamer being such good friends.
Yeah.
I always thought Terrence Newman was a great player, a great person.
Yeah.
They did an episode with him about some cars and stuff, and it was you could just tell he had a lot of humility.
Yeah. Yeah,
Hey, that's
cool
it,
guy.
man. I think this week, I told you before, I think we're going to win. And if we win this game, man, then I've drank the Kool-Aid and I'm happy and I'm going for it, man. We're going for the Super Bowl then.
Okay. Awesome. All right.
But I think the score is going to be higher than everybody thinks. I think 31-21.
31-21. You going with Cowboys?
Yeah, of course.
All right.
I think our defense gets a couple turnovers, maybe even a defensive score. I don't know if it'll be a scooping score or a pick six, but I think the defense plays a big part.
All right.
I think we got some swagger. All right, Nick, I'll let somebody else get on the line. I know you're low.
Thanks, man.
Lots of people.
Have a
We'll
good
see
one.
you.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. Thanks, Robbie. I'm trying to figure out what's happening here in Cocoa Beach, Florida. Chris isn't responding to me. So are we going to the next call? Is that what we're doing here? Next call, Josh? Nope. Maybe. Chris is on the line. I was going to switch over to the next call from Cocoa Beach, Florida.
Josh. Oh, I'm sorry. It's Josh in Chicago, not Cocoa Beach. I'm sorry. That's on me.
Josh in Chicago, what's up?
Hey, Nick. How you doing today?
Good. I was so glad I didn't. I'm looking at the list here, and I'm like, Josh in Cocoa Beach, Florida. I was like, I'm talking to Robbie. I was like, wait, are you just going to hand the phone? Makes more sense now. All right.
Yeah, Cocoa Beach might be nicer than weather in Chicago. I'm in North Carolina too, right? But North Carolina's not terrible. I know we don't talk weather here.
No. It's all good. I was just a little surprised. I've never typed in Cocoa Beach, Florida. And Cocoa Beach. Now there's 2. But no, that's good. Makes more sense, Josh. Just like Robbie said, Chris is the hardest working person there is. He's doing like 18 things at once. So not a big deal. All good. Makes more sense though. Josh is Chicago. What's up, bud?
So not too much. So I know a lot of people want Zach and Trayvon back this week, and I think that'd be great. But I was doing some digging into the Bengals' recent games, and the tight ends have really been crushing them. in terms of being like kind of second receivers and just keeping the ball moving. So I really think getting Jake Ferguson back and hopefully Spanford and Schoonmaker can keep doing what they're doing. I think that'll be a key to success if the Cowboys win this game is the tight ends keeping the ball moving down the field. I was wondering what you think the biggest key to success or matchup would be this week.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you can get a little bit more playmakers, move the ball, you're going to have to move the ball and score, and I think Ferguson can help with that. But I think we all should be encouraged by what the backups did when he wasn't there. They were serviceable and big, strong guys that can be on the field. I think we had a caller last week, maybe or earlier this week. You could be more 13 personnel, having 3 tight ends at once, and that could happen. But just because you're a tight end doesn't mean you can block really well and knock people off the ball. That's something we have learned over the years too. So they're going to have to be good pass catchers. They also have to be good run blockers too. You get a combination of both, and you have 2 to 3 of them. You can have a really dynamic offense. You see the Chiefs do it all the time because they can run the ball when they need to. They're not afraid to throw it to them.
Yeah, I agree. I think Spanford really showed some stuff with some of the catches that he made in some, scenarios where we really need to keep the ball moving. So hopefully he can keep that up too. Thanks for taking my call. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Thanks, Josh. Let's keep it going here before we go to break. We got one more caller before break. My man, Joe in Stanford. What's up?
How's it going, brother?
Oh, man, it's going great. Joe in Stanford, I mean, you were the originator, man. You were like one of the first callers of all time. And I guess you got a different job, different schedule. Now I can't call as much.
Yeah, it sucks, man. I miss most of the live shows, too, because of my job. But, man, it's cool because, that StoryLiners thing they started on X, they've really sort of kept me in the loop that way, and I appreciate it. So.
That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I saw a video that you have a bunch of new jerseys.
Oh, dude, I found a bunch at a pawn shop, and usually I don't buy stuff like that from a pawn shop because you can't trust it. But they had like the HOAs for all of it. So yeah, man. I mean, so many awesome players. It was really cool, man. I got lucky. I spent a good chunk of change, but I got a lot of good jerseys. The Woodson signed one is my favorite.
Autographed jerseys, yeah. I mean, they were all, yeah. It's good stuff.
Every one of them, Bates, all sorts of them. But yeah, anyway, man, I miss talking to you guys. Miss listening live. I wish I could do it more often, man. I don't have any ground shaking things to say. I just wanted to say, I honestly have changed my mind completely about the coaching staff. 5 games ago, I thought everybody was gone. And honestly, I think they're going to be back. I think the offensive coordinator, head coach, and defense coordinator are going to be back.
Why?
I do.
Why do you think that? Or I mean, like, and why would you be okay with that?
Well, this is the thing. They're great coaches, and the thing that I was worried about, that I honestly felt like he was losing them. Both coaches were losing their guys, and I think they've proven that didn't happen. And I also think, which I sort of knew that the defensive coordinator, I don't know why I can't ever think of names right now.
Zimmer.
Zimmer. I sort of knew that it was going to take a while for them to learn his system and execute it, and there were going to be growing pains. I didn't think it was going to be as bad as it was, but we had all them injuries and everything else.
Yeah.
And that, honestly, especially on the defensive side, I think it's only fair to look at that. But now, I mean, they're figuring it out. We got Micah back. The players haven't given up on McCarthy. I like continuity, man, and I know Jerry does too. I think they're going to be back. I wouldn't put a lot of money on it, but I'd put money on it.
Okay. All right. Well, that's fair. I mean, that's a good point. I mean, and it's on the table. I mean, it's definitely there. Joe, always missed you, man. Thanks for the call, and glad to hear from you again. I know your schedule has changed a little bit, but it seems like when you had a chance, you called in, and I love that. I was
take care, brother.
You too, man. I was just in Stanford last week, a week ago, I guess you would say, for Thanksgiving, just for the day, really for the night. So it was a quick trip there, small town there. And I'll tell you, Stanford though, their football team, they're like 13-0, trying to win state. So it'll be cool if they do that. I know so small towns like that, everybody's kind of bond together with football, and especially in Texas, and that's definitely no exception. Appreciate the call. It's so early. It's still early to kind of see how things are going to play out. We know the season is somewhat, it is a disappointing season. We'll see how it all plays out, but they're playing hard for the coach, and I think you're right. He hasn't lost the team, but they've got to keep winning. They're in such a big hole that there's no room for error. So you've got to go and basically win out here, and we'll see how it does. This might be an eye test thing for Jerry to say, what does this look like? How does this team performing? And based off all the circumstances, all the injuries, all the things, losing the quarterback, all that, do you feel like the coach this coaching staff is the right staff? There's going to be changes on the staff. There has to be changes. Some position coach changes, maybe coordinators, maybe the head coach. But, we'll see how many changes there is. Let's go to another break real quick on the storyline. Be right back after this.
Discover Aiden, the official luggage partner of the Dallas Cowboys and Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Known for top-tier engineering and craftsmanship, Aiden offers more than just bags. Originating from Australia and designed in New York, it merges fashion, design, and culture. Used by Dallas Cowboys players, staff, and the entire organization, Aiden provides style and functionality for all travelers. Visit AidenTheBrand.com and use code AidenXCowboys for 25% off your purchase. Travel like your favorite stars with Aiden.
Alltech Lansing has been perfecting sound since 1927, bringing you decades of audio excellence to elevate your Dallas Cowboys tailgate ritual. Equip your next pregame with the Sound Rover 180 with 6 hours of playtime, built-in microphone, multicolor light modes, and a rugged exterior that's built to last. Visit alltechlansing.com/Cowboys15 for 15% off your Sound Rover 180. That's ALTECLANSING.com/Cowboys15 for 15% off. Alltech Lansing, official audio partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Back to Cowboys Storyline.
Get your family holiday photo with Santa at the Star, presented by Monument Realty. He'll be here all the way through December 24th. That's when he's got to go and pass out presents all over the world. But before then, make sure that he's here at the Star. Get your photo with him. For more information and to book your visit, head to thestardistrict.com/Santa. All right, let's go back to this line here. Zach in Atlanta is next. Zach, what's up, bud?
Nicola, what's going on, man?
What's up? How are you doing?
I'm actually a little under the weather, so I need some Ricola, you know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Anyways, I'll make it quick today. Are there any pregame rituals that you've seen over the years that you're like, that surprised you, impressed you, just kind of were noteworthy from many players over the years? I mean, you got some guys who, maybe eat fast food or something. I don't know.
I mean, the one I have heard in the past, and I think this question was asked on an interview that I was doing with Patrick Creighton. I remember he had to have gummy worms. Patrick Creighton had to have gummy worms or gummy fish or something every game. Like he had to have the bag there, and he would eat it in the locker room as he was getting ready. That was his thing. That's one that I remember. I'm sure there's others like that. I know Romo wore the same like nasty white T-shirt. It was like some kind of.
I remember that.
I forgot it had a bunch of holes in it and all that. But I mean, he wore that every game. But I don't know of a ton there. Chris might know some. He's down there a little bit more. He might have heard some of that, but I really haven't heard a lot of those little quirky things. I mean, other than Deion Sanders. He had to lay out his jersey and from helmet, jersey, armbands, long sleeve, pants, socks, shoes. He laid it out on the floor in front of his locker like it was a crime scene, basically laying down. And so he would sit there and observe it and study it and see how it looked to him. And then most people use a mirror, but he did it from that way. So anyways,
that's prime.
That's all that I know from that.
No. Well, and then what about your pregame ritual? How do you get in the zone, ready to capture the story of the game?
It's not a ritual so much, but it's like I can't get to the stadium quick enough. Like if you were to say, hey, you got to be on this flight for 3 hours, stuffed in between like two people going to L.A. or whatever, it would be like the longest 3 hours of my life. Like, oh my god! But if I'm there before a game for 3 hours, it's like that. It's quick. I can't get there early enough. I love that. I need to get there early. Eat if you can. We've got pregame shows to do. Just watch the games that are on if there are games. But there's something about. I mean, I can't get there early enough, and I know a lot of people kind of feel the same way. But there's not a whole lot of you've got to do this or do that. Park in a certain way. Not really. So
I gotcha. Appreciate you sharing. All right, I'll let y'all get to it, man. Y'all have a good one.
Appreciate it. All right, man. Good to hear from you, Zach. Let's go. Our last caller today will be Sergeant Sue in Fort Worth. What's up, man? Sergeant Sue, are you there in Fort Worth?
Hey, how you doing, Nick? My bad. Sorry, I was muted on my end.
No, you're good.
That's my bad. Yeah, at ease, everybody. How you doing today, Nick?
I'm good. Yeah, good to hear from you. You said I was on the Spaces last night. You were on there. You said you were going to call today. You did. You made it.
Yeah, man, I was so excited. I was telling Chris, I'm busy, but even whenever I try to get through, it's really hard. Robbie, he's playing the, defensive player of the year over there. He's blocking out everybody else's calls and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's awesome, though, man. I love it. No, but, I wanted to say, just in case I can't get in tomorrow, I know I've said before, like a lot of people have said before, that, they're not picking against Dallas, especially on air and stuff like that. And I'm still not picking against Dallas, baby. Even if there's a fire, I'm not picking against them. I'm going to continue to eat my delicious delusion, and I'm going to say that, the Dallas Cowboys are going to continue to run the ball pretty well. Mike McCarthy, the mastermind that he is right now, he's going to continue to get Turpin in space and let this offense, develop a little bit more and get a little bit better. Micah and all these guys on defense are going to eat. I think the Cowboys are going to win this, man, 27-23, baby.
Nice. All right. I mean,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's the thing. Like, as great as the Bengals are on offense, I mean, like you can control the game by scoring. I mean, it's almost like, those old school arena league games or whatever like that. You got to just match them. You got to keep matching them, and then when you get a chance to get a turnover and capitalize on that. But the key for the Cowboys is going to be scoring and not kicking field goals. Getting down in the red zone and doing something with it and scoring. Scoring points. So what I wonder is just the play calling there. And I'll let you ask your other question, but I wonder is the play calling, and also because you got to score points. So it's you're first and goal at the 8. Are you thinking, hey, let's get points here? Got to get touchdowns because you got to match Burrow. That's where it gets tricky a little bit. You might leave points on the board by going for it a little bit more than normal.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you know what? And I don't know. I hope they win. I hope they win all these games. And I don't know what it means for their season or what they're going to do. To me, it doesn't matter, man. I just enjoy watching the Cowboys. I enjoy watching them win. I enjoy the group chats. I enjoy the show. And I just enjoy the opportunity, brother. So I hope everybody has a great day, blessed day, and, happy weekend,
Thank you. Thanks for the call, man. Appreciate that. Sergeant Sue in Fort Worth, also known as David in Fort Worth, but we call him Sergeant Sue. I think you make a good point there. Your perspective is great, in my opinion, about just happy to be a part of it and talking about it. Everything. Just being relevant is good for this team right now, and winning games. And you're kind of like right in the middle there. I know there are some fans out there that are like, oh man, we could have had a great draft pick, but I mean, you didn't. It doesn't seem like they deserve it, and they've earned it. You got to earn that. You got to be bad enough to earn that. And they're not. And they're playing it straight up. They're trying to win. They're not giving up. They're going to fight. And we'll find out a lot about this team, I think, and the direction of things with this game Monday night. So I know this won't be our last show to talk about it. We'll talk tomorrow about this game, but I really think we're gonna see just what happens with this team with how they play the Bengals on Monday night. But for Chris Beam, I'm Nick Eben. We'll see you tomorrow on the last show of the week, Cowboy Storyline. See you then.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?